everyone, welcome to the Style That Finds Us YouTube channel. Today we are at Shin Gallery with Shin, the founder, and also with Vajra Kingsley, whom I met on a 6 Degrees Society retreat in the Hamptons. She is an art industry insider, both of them are, and they're going to give us the lowdown of what it means to work in the art world. Vajra is the Director of Marketing and Business Development at Art Media Holdings. Art Media Holdings has publications such as Art News, Art in America, Modern Magazine, and Antiques.
We're trying to rewrite how people understand publishing, and I think that right now we're at a big defining point. People are not reading as much as they used to. The concept of long-form digestion, reading 5 or 6 pages, we don't have the time for it anymore, or we don't allow for the time. And so my role is really looking at how to engage in new ways with our audience, whether that's a VR experience or creating an evening that takes the art to a different level. And I think why this is so important is because education around culture and the arts has to shift if people are going to continue to invest in it. Because going to the museum as a kid is no longer enough to get a child at 20 or 30 to truly be buying and investing in the way their parents did. And so I think through these more experiential partnerships that I've been working on, that in the next 10 years will pay off. And then these kids that were in their 20s will say, wow, I had this amazing experience at the Apollo Circle where I got to see the artwork come to life in a whole new way. And those are the kinds of experiences we want to create and give to our new audience so that in 20 years, they will really be kind of actually investing in this industry. Collecting, as we know it, is going to change. People are not going to keep buying the way they used to. So we have to understand how can we give them the art in new ways.
Shin Gallery was founded in 2013. Currently, we have 3 spaces in the Lower East Side. They're right next to each other. And by 2019, hopefully by March, everything will be connected and we will just have one large space.
It's amazing.
And I actually started gallery business after my sophomore year in college. So I got one corner space in the Lower East Side and started showing some Korean contemporary art. And then I developed my programs and I understand more about contemporary art as I meet many people and spend more time with artists. Now we have artists, we represent artists from Israel, Sweden, Switzerland, Korea, and
Brazil.
Brazil, yes, Brazil, yeah. Usually, one show goes for 6 weeks, and we change exhibitions every 6 weeks. Preparation, if we try to do very immersive exhibitions, it takes probably more than a month. Three years ago, I changed my gallery into massage parlor.
Ooh.
And then had a show with Rocky. So from outside, we printed all the price list and like a Chinatown massage parlor. And even inside, we painted the wall in pink, and then we did very cheap flooring, and everything looked exactly like a massage parlor that you can see in Chinatown. So after massage parlor exhibition, these days, 90% of galleries have just white walls, right?
Yes.
So my staff and I painted the wall in black, and then there's no artwork, and we invited people. we had like graffiti nights. So we had like 3 graffiti nights.
Wow.
From like, kids like really like, yeah, like people who are not familiar with contemporary art, they just bring like, markers, Sharpie or spray paint. They come and they really trashed the gallery, It didn't take that long,
Yeah.
It was like graffiti everywhere, and it was very fun. Like they put stickers and then we installed urinals and toilet, and I transformed the space into CPGB bathroom.
So it's about the same.
Yeah.
Sounds like that. Yeah. Wow, well, I had no idea how much went into it till I got started almost a year ago. And I mean, everything from finding the appropriate partner, because, I try and avoid going with major, fashion, merchandise brands. I try and look at more brands that are in our industry. So it usually is fine art insurance or major banks that back big art shows. And so that's always the first thing. Who's the partner? What's the message? And then it's figuring out who's the community. Am I bringing together top 200 collectors? Am I bringing together people that have never experienced the art world? And it's definitely understanding the magic mix, because you don't want all of one. And so that's a huge part. And then, when we're dealing with aesthetic, you always have to have a space that's inspiring, engaging, and then content in the space that people are like, okay, I know why I'm here. So many events I go to and I'm like, why am I here? I don't understand why you're bringing people together. Yeah. So those are like most important elements. I think it's kind of a melting pot. I think if you really are always open, you meet artists. And sometimes it's the coffee shop. Sometimes I'm sitting on like the stoop and I'm smoking a cigarette and I see someone drawing. Sometimes it's at a party at 4 a.m. and someone says, "You gotta look at this artist's work." I mean, it really, if you are open, there's not one way.
Right.
And if you think there's one way, you're doing it wrong. Sometimes it's walking into a dear friend's gallery and being like, oh my goodness.
Right.
Sometimes you get a direct message from an artist saying, check out my work, and it actually winds up being amazing.
Yeah.
I think you really do have to realize in this day and age, there's 1,000,001 ways for someone to find you or for you to find someone. And that it's about kind of keeping your eye out on the horizon, and that's what I love about my job. It's always reminding me, are you still looking up? Because
Right.
you can get so focused in what you're doing that's how you miss up.
Yeah.
So you really always have to make sure to look up every now and then and go outside of the norm of what you would do. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
And also, if one artist is so talented, even if he or she doesn't promote themselves, people will find the artist. I mean, if you're so talented, you cannot hide your talent.
Right.
So even young artists who's only 27, 28, they're so good. Like Basquiat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even if he was just
So young.
yeah, he was young, but
Yeah.
he made his career.
Right.
People try to find.
Yeah.
So, it's also finding. When you make new friends,
Yeah.
you don't expect how they
Right,
find.
right.
It's just a very organic way, right?
Right.
So,
Yeah, that's a good
it's
way of
just-
putting it. New friends. As a person who majored in art, I thought, okay, I'm going to become a curator. I think in university it's very hard to understand all the different roles in the art world. It just felt very confusing. I don't think I had a practical sense of how you even begin to get in the art world. So there's the gallery side, which is, either being in sales, working with a big salesperson and being their, number two for many years, and then kind of taking on your own clients. Then there's the institution side. So you can work at a museum, you can work under curators, you can work in communications and social media. Philanthropy and foundation work is an amazing space to be in. You are really kind of protected from the art market working on the foundation side, which really allows you to kind of get into what I feel like is a little bit more of an integrity space. You're not being pushed around on the business side, and you really can focus on an artist's vision, which is one of my favorite things to do, really delve deep. But I think that as media is growing, the opportunity and roles in the art world are going to continue to expand. Now, the most important thing is know what you're not good at.
Right.
You know what you're not good at, then you can really move forward. And so that's why I say a team, you can't do it all yourself. I'm a control freak, so I like to think, I can do it all. But the biggest lesson I had was saying, I need help.
Yeah, that's a great lesson to learn.
I think that everyone, and if you ask for help, people want to give it. Anyone that wants to work in the art world to be attending talks, lectures that go outside of just the traditional art space, whether that's going to a talk at Columbia or going to talks at the Whitney. There really is so much out there, and it's really just about being curious. Our publications are constantly, posting different conferences that are happening all around the world, trying to look at, what are the different jobs and positions that exist and that are emerging. I think that's the exciting thing of what's emerging. And my role specifically, it didn't exist. I dreamed it up. And I think, it's dream up your own job and then figure out where you need to go to get the tools.
Thank you for joining us today on the Style That Binds Us YouTube channel. Please remember to like and comment and subscribe and let us know what you'd like to see next.